run. If he's looking to get outside and he's looking to run, then obviously we want to be in zone coverage so we can converge on him. Okay. If we wanted to keep him in the pocket, though, you know, we would run a lot of the Texas game, right? Speed rush the edge. We don't want him outside. Let's put the game inside. Let us speed rush the edge and keep him in the pocket. Okay. All right. That's kind of a schematic thing. What we're looking to do there. Okay. All right. But usually, I think it's so hard. It really is. It's so hard to rush the quarterback, especially it's hard to line up and say, "I'm going to beat you. Here we go." You know, usually every third and long, we're trying to get a game somewhere, unless we've got a dominant rusher. You know, if we've got a dominant rusher, all right, we're going to let it. We're going to obviously let him go and let him beat the sucker. Okay. You know, that just goes what kind of kids you got.
Will you move your dominant rusher around? Let's say your two tackles. You know, the guy who's the vet, will you always make sure he's in the 3?
We have done that. Yep. We have done that. Most of the time we get most of our dominant rushers outside guy. We haven't had a dominant inside guy for a long time. We haven't killed him. You know, we haven't killed him a while. But we had some outside. I actually had a kid in 07. He finished in, I guess he finished in 07. He said he owns a Division II sack record. Said he had 42 sacks in his career. So he was a dominant rusher. So you know, we should let him go. You know, and don't be, you know, let's say someone don't outsmart yourself. What we used to do this is we make a call and I just tell him, okay, you ready? Beat him. Inside, outside, didn't make a difference. You go beat him and you cover him. Made a cover call, and his job was to come off, engage the tackle, and see him. If he went inside, go outside. All right? If he stayed outside, you stay inside. And look, because he's going to make him run. You know? So we do things like we can just turn him loose and let him go. Now he's got free. Don't worry about rushing, contain, or any of that stuff. Go beat that sucker. Okay? So we did a lot of that, and we can do that. We have it in our scheme. We call it, if we say a free rush would be that's the inside guy. If we say Indian outlaw, that's a free rush. So if I said Indian, then the inside guy's got the free rush, outside guy covering. And if I say outlaw, the outside guy's got the free rush, inside guy covering. Okay? So we can do that. Also, we got the guy. We didn't do a whole lot of that. So we didn't do any of it this year. We didn't have that dominant rush. All right. Hang on.
I had to cover 2 questions.
Yep.
I missed something to cover 2.
Okay.
I just wanted to know what how you're coaching that nickel or Sam, the walked out guy who's leveraging that number 2 as opposed to being inside of it. Are you always leveraging, whether it's trips or 2x2?
And cover 2 in our 2 shell, we're always leveraging that cap.
Yeah.
To that inward side. We're like whatever. Now the boundary side we won't.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe with Sam or
Whatever you want to call him, yeah, that's fine.
All right. Yeah. So we're going to leverage that thing, especially to the field side. We're always going to leverage. We're never going to. Now, if we're going to give them the bubble anywhere, we're going to give it to them in the boundary. Okay. And then we handle the boundaries obviously because we're going to keep this guy, let him shoot it, stack, force it off that. You know, if he's coming inside. I tell you what, I think it was one of the better plays, and this is one. Is when they put the back into the boundary. So they put the back into the boundary. Okay. Run the zone in the field. Okay. Now we're in the ball. This guy's going to do what? Ideally, we'd be like this. Like that, we're okay because we're going to make an E-call or whatever like that. We're good. What happens is when the 3 technique, you try to get the 3 to the back, and 3. now you run zone, what's he do? Holy crap. Okay, so you got an answer for that. That ain't good enough for me.
But just as far as pass, you know, we always put that guy inside. He's trying to widen the two for the safety, kind of funnel 1 and 2 for that Sam. So if he gets like 2 verts, what is he? Is he chasing the leverage guy? Is he going to chase from the outside? Or?
Here and here?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna put him in squat, so again, he's gonna be here. If we're playing straight cover 2, we tell him is that his job is he's gonna control pedal. We're not matching it. Okay, if we go straight cover 2, his sentence, no, I'm saying he's gonna control pedal, right? And he's actually gonna line up inside of number 2 now. Sorry, I said yes, we do. Our matchup, we're here. If we said straight cover 2, he would be inside that guy. He would control pedal straight back. He would control pedal. He would control pedal. Okay.
So when you're the outside leverage, you're always going to match up.
If we're outside leverage, we're
playing in
matching.
and out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because really, we don't have, because if it run support, then we're going to blow that gap. So he's going to blow that gap.
What about quarters, coach? You guys run quarters?
Yeah. Versus, what do you want to see?
Sure.
Now, ours are all, I mean, a lot of our quarters are that, it's either quarter, halves, or
Yeah. So
something.
just 2 stack, 4 stand if it's just 2 quarters across.
Yeah, we haven't, you know, we haven't done this in, we haven't done that in quite a while. It was one of our off-season talks about that when you get back into it, because we're seeing we were all spread for the last 5 years, and then this year we started seeing a lot more, age back, which is 20 personnel. You know, we start seeing a lot more of that, and I think our conference, now we actually going to go back. There's 2 teams in our conference going to be I formation. So it's a lot of it's on necessity. What are you seeing? We've been seeing them. I mean, heck, it's all 10, 11 personnel. Always around, But then we start seeing that. Now that we're doing that, you kind of want to get back into some quarters and build, get the 9-man front and let them do it.
How do you play your progression for your safety? So run fast, eyes.
Okay. If on work quarters, it's like now right now we would be like this. Okay. If I was here, same thing. He's going to check E-man on line of scrimmage. Okay. All right. And then his eyeballs will go to number 2. So if I got high hat, my eyes are going to go to number 2. All right. If I get low hat, okay, if I get low hat, so saying I'm going to check number 2 because I got to check my arm stack. I'm going to stack force off the safety. Okay. On this side, we don't do it. We don't do it over there. And we don't do it. Somebody else has that. We don't do it. Why? Because I don't like that back. But all the 10 personnel we're seeing, and so we see so much 10, right? I do not want him going curl flat to wheel on that with nobody on top of him. And then again, I think that just goes back to what are you seeing? I mean, like I said, for several years, all we saw was 10. There's a thing in 06, and I put it so you know, 06 when we did a year-end cut-ups, I did not have an ISO, not one. Not one ISO all year. And in 06 we played 15 games. Went to semis. 15 games we did not see an ISO. You're going, crap. Fall camp, we spent all the time fitting ISO and all that sort of stuff. Not one. Saw power, but never saw an ISO. How about that? And now, we see it, we've seen it since. But again, I think there's so much what you're doing, People ask me, I said, okay, because we do everything else. There's 3-3 personnel, and it's for speed. But if I was in a conference, where they're playing all 2 backs and tight end, we'd be in probably 4-3. I do that. But my whole idea changed because I was 4-3, but then we're seeing so much where Sam had to come out here. Oh God! And then every time he did that, we were scared about him taking a guy. So what did you end up doing? You subbed him out and put that guy in there. So I'm taking one of my best players and scholarship player, and I'm taking him off the field. Oh crap! We're just going to get a faster kid that can go do that. Let's find the answers. The other answers to it. So if you went schematically, if you're asking, we're 4-2-5 really. We're doing a 3-3 personnel. But we're forced to go. It's all over under front, you know, the 3-3 personnel.
Does your outside backer in quarters leverage that number 2, or is he playing head up inside? That guy,
He's always gonna leverage it.
he's gonna leverage him in quarters.
Yep. Yep. And that's just I mean, again, it goes back to, I mean, it was, if you didn't leverage him, you're gonna get the ball. You may get it 15 times a game. You didn't leverage that cat, here it comes, but they're gonna throw it till you stop it. You know? And it's so much bad, because if you didn't leverage this, the problem was they blocked that cat and run away from him. You know, where they crack him and leave your corner and make your corner tackle that guy, and those guys ain't real good at that. You know? So the answer is, we built in the package, basically, we're gonna leverage that second majority time. I don't have, like I said, we won't leverage it in cover 2, we should get a hard corner support through the bubble, we should have the corner hit it in the face. And then, and a lot of our cover 3 stuff goes in the leverage. But again, we should have everything in here, we should be flat foot signals, we gotta get around to the road. Okay?
What's your middle of the field defense? We were talking about that yesterday. Versus the spread.
You know, like I said, our base stuff, and if I was going schematic, this is, okay? If it's, I'm first gonna say, 1st and 10, what is it? You know what I mean? Are they 80% runs? We still see it. Some teams are gonna get down to 50. But more majority of times, still, we're seeing 1st and 10, they're 80% run. Okay? Well, for us, I mean, 80% run, you know, we're gonna play some 3. Okay? And then we're gonna play the stuff, we're gonna stunt the front, play too high. Okay? So, I mean, a basic thing would be for us, okay? Here's the over front, do like this. Okay? All right, we're gonna over front. We're gonna slant that backside, so again, he can widen out if he needs to. 4, he can widen out that side, and then we're gonna play again. We're gonna lock that one up. We're gonna leverage this, and we're gonna play stack force off of these guys here, and we'll stack force the boundary here, or the weak side. That's probably our bread and butter call. All right, and then the same thing I was talking about. When we first do the run stuff, what's our run stunts? Anything we do is now we're gonna slam these guys, so free him up. All right, we'll take the back. They run any type of zone option, take the back that way, I'll scrape for that. Okay? We'll play full off that. And then our bread and butter will be game it, we'll have to play a matchup coverage. Okay? If you went down to 2nd and long, and say, let's say what you're seeing. Say you're saying screen and play action pass, I don't know what you're saying. Here's the gentleman. If we're seeing screen, right? If we're seeing screens, we like cover 2, vision the quarterback, 2 or Tampa. Okay. If I'm seeing play action pass, we like what? Cover 3. Love that. Okay. We can do 3, or we can get in our 2 high stuff. Feel pretty good about doing any of our 2 high stuff. All right. So that way our corner can help on the drag cut when it comes across. All right. Like I said, if we're running the football, we're going to put 3, or we're going to stunt. We're going to stunt the heck out of the front. All right. So then you just go back down distance. So then what you get them in whatever. Now it goes. It says 3rd and short, which is, let's say they whatever they're high percentage run. Okay. High percentage run. Our best run defense is Bear. The next second thing is going to be. It goes back to that slam call, so we're going to slam it. If we get you a 3rd and long, you're fixing to see 6 DBs. Run the draw. You know, if I can get you a 3rd and long, we're going to put 6 DBs on the field and do the same stuff. And again, all it is, you know, we'll go down, you know, I'm going to say it's 1st and 10, like our play call sheet would be like this, it'd say, okay, 1st and 10, and then it's going to be all 1st and 10, so 10 personnel, right, and I'm going to have what they do, 11 personnel, what do they do, 12 personnel, what do they do, right, what are 21, okay, so all I'm checking, we go 1st and 10, if they're in 10 personnel, what do we want to be in? We want to be in, a quick game with cover 5, so we're going to overfront, we'll say, quick thunder 5, okay, if they're 11 personnel, they're running the football, because a lot of times go 1st and 10, say it's 80% run, but hold on, if they're in 10 personnel, it's 50%, if they're in 11 personnel, it's 75% run, if they're in 21, it's 95% run, so that throws the whole thing off, it gets high to 80. Well, they go 10 personnel, they're not 80% run. 50-50, so we're going to go down in distance by personnel, so we know, and here's our calls. You know, we have basically our best matchup versus that what we're going to see. We give them the 2nd long, and we say, what, 10 personnel, you're going to see what, the screen? You know, we're going to do 11 personnel, you're going to see this, you're going to do 21, you're going to see play action pass. Right, so okay, 2nd long, 21 personnel comes in, we're going to be in cover 3. Okay? 10 personnel matchup on play action pass, they want to do play action pass here. We want to be in too high, so it's going to be either 5 or 2. And then we do the same, you know.
Do you break it down by field too and all that?
Yeah.
Zones?
Yeah. And really, when we break it, so you'd ask me, okay, if I draw a football field, right? Get the picture. Okay. Obviously, this is the goal line, right? Your goal line, your red zone, that's basically 35 to the 10. Okay, 35 to 35, we call that the alumni zone, right? And you know that middle field area, alumni zone, because they're able to do anything. You're going to see, usually, this is where you're going to see halfback pass. This is where you're going to see the fake screen and go. You know, any of the doodad stuff, the rah-rah, they're going to take a shot, all the stuff that get their alumni excited, they're going to do it then. Okay? Down here, nope, it's about scoring points, and they ain't going to screw around. Okay? And, well, all right, and then we break down 35, 30, now we want to go backed up. So 34, and we'll take them all the way down to the 10. Okay? 34 to the 10, what do they do down here? You'd be surprised when we break down the field zone, also that people down here won't throw the screens, or maybe that's when they all do throw the screens. It can be totally flip, but you can say this is a 3rd and 5 here is not the same as 3rd and 5 here. 3rd and 5 here may be, you know, 80% run. He's going to get out of it. He don't want to throw a pick down there because he's going to turn to 7 points. So, you know, he may 3rd and 5, he may go ahead and run the football speed option. 3rd and 5 down here, he may take a shot at the end zone. So we're going to break down by field. So you know, usually when we go through that, I'm trying to see if something stick out. Is there a difference? Okay. And then if there's not a difference, we'll put it all together. But if it is, then we're going to basically have I'm going to have a play call sheet would be like this, and this will be alumni. Right. And then we have a red zone, and we have the same thing down here. And we have a goal line area, do the same thing, 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down. Look at all the things, so we know where the stick's at. And look, by the time we're done with game plan, I can hand it to a GA. Go call. This is right there. Somebody can sit there and tell them it's 1st and 10, 21 personnel. You just got to look down and say, you know, whatever. Whip slam 5, cheap. You know. Okay, here we go. Ready? 2nd long, 21 personnel. He goes thunder 3. You know.
You stay that true most of the time to your game plan?
Mm-hmm. No, we got to check it. We got to check it early. We check it like there's a point when I think it depends. It'd be like this. There's times when we've been we were real good in 06, 07, 08. 06, 07, 08 we led our conference in defense, and we were top 5 in the country in defense all 3 years. Okay, so we go in with a plan, saying they're doing, here's what they're doing, and then we just see the first half that they abort the damn run, you know. But, okay, and then you got to change it, you know what I mean? because, I mean, we had some good cats, there were some good players. This last year we weren't very good. I mean, I think we're third in the conference. We weren't where we've been. We've been a lot better than that. And, but when we were real good, of course, when people change, they change in a hurry. We could see all this other stuff, and they come against us. They'd be no backs all day gonna be. You know, they ain't gonna try it. They ain't gonna try running football. You know, so we always want to check it. We're gonna go in, and I'm usually gonna get a feel by the end of the first quarter. You can kind of see, and you kind of know if they run this and that, and we're slamming that, and we're slamming that, and slamming that. You got to go, okay, what's he gonna go to? You know, he's gonna go to this. So I try to tell our kids. So I want them to understand too is that most coordinators are like this. Okay, I try to use it when I'm breaking them down too. When we're watching film, I try to get a visual image of what does his play call look like? What's his play call sheet look like? Okay, well I want to know. Okay, 1st and 10, here he is, or his openers. Okay, may have a thing where his openers. Right, this is what he opens with. Okay, 3rd and short. You know, whatever it be, ISO and power. You know, and then whatever play action pass. Maybe we have that on there. You know, I'm gonna have his 3rd and medium calls on there. I'm gonna say, what are you doing on, you know, top thing. And we go through a game. I got it in my head, or when I was coordinator in the box, I'm just looking at the same thing, and I'm going, okay, he's 3rd and short. He ran the ISO last time. Check. We slammed him. Second time, 3rd short comes up. He runs the power. Check. We slammed him. 3rd short next time. Guess what? We're fixing to get. Play action pass. He just went 0 for 2. He's going to the next one. You know what I mean? 3rd and long, you kind of know his routes, what he's got. Boom, boom, boom. Here's bread and butter routes. Okay, he got you. He hit it, got it. He's coming back to it. Okay. So you know, halftime, yeah, it's easy. We're going to go down. We're going to look at I look at because I was having you're quick, so we're looking for scoring drives. You know. And I think a lot of times, like in high school, I used to get a dad or somebody, and all they just write was, I tell you, I said, do the best you can. Tell me what it was, and they would just write down option, reverse, screen, pass, touchdown, boom, boom, boom. You know, but now we get a guy. He's going to try to get the personnel. He's going to 21 personnel, pro power, 10 personnel, X tear, and we're going to go down. So I'm going to look for big plays first, all right? Because most coordinators do that. They sit there, they get a big play. What do? He circles it. If he hits a play, it worked. We went to trips, gun week, and we ran zone, and we're through the bubble, got it. Boom, he circles it. He knows he's coming back to it. That was a good play. And they just go down the list. So I'm going to go down my list, and I'm going to circle those plays. Okay, good. Well, this is what we did. What are we going to do? All right. Well, next time we come to that situation, we need to, we need to do that as we're making our adjustments. Try not to be too complicated with the kids. We don't want to go over at halftime and be, let's go draw up a coverage. Ooh, they don't do that stuff. You know what I mean? But we want to say, hey, look, all right, here it is. And we talk a lot about coverage, pass concept. We talk a lot about how we're going to match that. Okay, all right, good. Well, they went the sail route, and they hit the back in the flats, and bam, he turned it up to 15 yards. We got to talk to that, say, hey, look, they're going to come back to this play. You can't lose leverage. Hang with the guy along, but you may have to come off sooner. You can't lose leverage on that route. Okay, great. So next time it's coming, he knows, just try to coach him up on what you're doing.
How many plays usually are you going to list? I mean, like 5? Or,
Me?
I mean, there's some guys that just they're going to be all over the map.
Grab back. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't like grab back guys either. I like the guys that.
So, I mean, is there usually a number you're going to cut it off and say, all right,
what they're
I'll
doing?
take their top 5?
Yeah. What I do is this: I'll usually we're going to go like it usually goes like it'll look like this. Okay, so I'll go 1st and 10 personnel. I'm going to have my calls, and I'm going to have theirs right below it. Whatever. Don't option, dart, bubble. And it may just be 3. 3 here, 3 there, you know what I mean? Okay? So I'm going to have it right on the same call sheet, so I got it right there in front of me. Okay? And, if it gets too long, what we try to look at this is, some things I look at and say, you can't do that. He can't do that. I won't write it down. He does that, and I got it. So heck with it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna worry about that one. I won't worry about the calls that I say, ooh, you know, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? We gotta be ready for the calls that I don't like our matchups, or I don't like the way, you know what I mean? He may have something there, you know? Or again, it goes back to, sometimes, a lot of times it's protecting kids. You know? You got that guy, and whatever, Johnny goes down, and here comes his backup in, and oh, crap. You know? I think a lot of calling stuff is make sure it's the Jimmys and the Joes, man. You can write all that stuff you want, but hell, if Jimmy's not really good at reading from the stack, then go send him. You know, you can do something else. You know, help him out. You know? We did that. I mean, there's a lot of our backups, and we try to, talk about just calling things. You know, we try to sit down and talk about every week. We do personnel evaluations every day. I know we got more time than you do. Okay, I understand that. So obviously you're not going to be able to do it every day. I want to do personnel evaluations. I want to talk to them about D-line coaching. Okay, that's not the starter usually, it's the backup. How's he doing? What's he good at? What's he not good? You know what I mean? We want to go in, especially beginning of the year, and we want to talk about this. All right, what's Kyle good at? He's playing defensive end. Well, coach, I feel real comfortable with him in a 3 technique. When he's at, coach, listen, he's really screwing up our zone blitzes. You know what I mean? We're going to game 1. He's screwing up the zone blitzes, and but he's real good. Feel real good in the 3 technique. I don't think he's going to be good professional passer. He's not this matchup, that tackle. He's not going to do that. Okay, great. So we kind of want to know that, and I want to know when he's going in. So let's make sure we do that. Let's get him, put him in the comfort zone. When he gets in, let's try to get him in the 3 technique. If it's 3rd and long, get him out. He's not going to pass for a second. Get him out. Let's put this guy in. And that's a chance also for us. It'd be a lot of times, we take get the backup in, rest of 1-2. Now we'll get a fresh guy running in on 3rd down. He's rushing the quarterback. You know what I mean? That'll be our opportunities a lot of times to put, get backups in the game. 1-2. Getting a backup linebacker in. He's not going to do whatever else. Maybe we might send him in and boom, he's running the blitz. I'm sending him. 1-2. Let's get him out. Let's get the next guy back in. Let's go play.
Is there one formation that just really bothers you? That, if the team comes out and runs this, he just goes suck.
It's things that make you, yeah. And I think it goes back to, again, us personnel-wise right now, what we are. We're big right now. It's about our defense is key. It's speed and those things. So it's the people that balance. I told somebody that day, last night somebody asked me about that and said, we had a team this year, which we don't see a lot of it, and they hadn't done it, and they schemed us flat out. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Ready? They're like that. Bingo. All right? They lined up like that. Here they came. They made us balance it up. And they had 2 big old suckers at tight end too. They're both sitting there about 260, 270. They're actually tackles. Mm-hmm. And they mashed our little ass. You know what I mean? But that's not much of a schematic thing. It's that I like, or I say it's like, so I like or don't like, is I think the people that run it's just the same scheme but multiple formations and a lot of movement give you less time to check, give you less time to make the communication calls. You know what I mean? I used to be real big on this. I was talking about this. Was that defense is all about time response. Okay, that's what it's all about. Okay, it's how much time does it take me to respond. Okay, and I said the example is this: you go into you go to a pee-wee football game, right? And they go toss right, and he gets up about 5 yards, and then everybody runs. Okay, all right. And you do the same thing with high school and pitch the ball, boom, everybody runs. You go to college, ball's going through the air, people better be running. You go to the NFL, they're gone. They're running. Right? The time response, how do you cut that down? Okay? Well, the same thing happens. I think the big thing on offense, what they do is when they give you less time to sit and set in and do the things, you know what I mean? Because I'm not talking about the trades, but it's just, know, taking the H, putting this guy on, you know what I mean? You know, boom, motion and trips, snap it, put two of them together, now motion what? Motion to a bunch or cluster, okay? Now do the same thing, put the tail back, put a Y in there, right? Motion him down right behind that sucker to snap the ball, okay? Motion the other guy, you know what I mean? All the things that cause communication problems and stuff, giving you less time to respond to them. That's what I because now the guys, I'm making a call and I got about a second or maybe less than that, and boom, we better respond. You know, you try to adjust. You want to put the kids in the perfect spot, but once they do that stuff, then a lot of times it's you know, you got to how fast can you get stuff communicated? How fast can you get it rolling? More so to me, it's probably that kind of stuff. Man.
When it comes to your down and distance, how many games do you chart? Do you chart them all?
No. Our basic rules, we're going to chart 3.
The last 3?
Yeah, we're going to take the last 3, unless one's a blowout. If it's a blowout, then we'll maybe stop it because that's what you don't want to chart. I'm up 48-7, and you're charting plays that are screwing up your down distance tendencies of credit. Because he's trying to get the game over with and cannon the ball off, and all of a sudden the run ratio goes up. Or if he's down by, you know what I mean? I'm down by a bunch, all of a sudden he's airing it out every down, and all of a sudden you're not getting it. So we want to get it. We want to get those games. So if he gets a butt kicked or he's kicking butt, or whether we're going to cut it off. So now it may be this game, maybe this half. So when we get another game, get another half. So we may end up having to go 4 games to get the plays that we want to get. But ideally, we're looking at least 200 something plays. 250, maybe 300 plays. That would be top, probably 300 plays we want to get charted in there. And we really want them in that cutting time. I'd say this though too. I used to do this. Was okay. The better you are, when we were like I said, when we were real good on defense, I used to watch them when they're getting their butts kicked because I wanted to see what's going to happen because we're fixing the hammer, you know, and I wanted to know what's he going to do when he's getting his butt hammered. You know what I mean? Is he just going to turn into an aerial fest, and we better get ready for it. We're fixing to get it aired out. We're going to get 90 plays. If is he just going to now just run the ball and get it over with? Okay, well let's just make sure we got to be ready for that. Don't be third and long. Don't be covering. We're only sitting at 6 DBs, and he's going to turn around and hand the ball off on the draw. You know what I mean? He ain't going to do it. He's going to try to get the game over with. And, again, every time our kids go out, I don't care if it's 48-0 or down 48-0. You want your kids to go out there and have success. You don't want them to go out there. I don't care if they're back. I don't want to send them out there and get their heads kicked in. You know what I mean? I want them to go out there and win. I want to have success in the situation they're in. So,
how many games you have to choose from? You get them all?
We get them all. Yeah. Yeah, we get them all. So, but yeah, general rules back general rules 3, and then we'll adjust it based off of what we're seeing. Okay.
You guys do something typically against like 32 personnel, 22, real heavy stuff.
Yeah.
You guys got your goal line package kind of mentality. What do you got?
Yeah. I mean, most time, if they do any 22, 32 stuff, usually we're going to bear. Yeah. That's our goal line package too.
Yeah. Change the personnel. Still staying with that.
We can change. Yep. We just simple for us is we just
like
go
to play behind it.
We can play any our personnel. Here's our regular personnel 3-3-5. Okay, so we classify this. So we say regular personnel is 3-3. Okay, that's regular. Okay. If I say 42, that's 4 D linemen. That's 2 linebackers. If I say give me 24, that's 2. All right, that's 2 D linemen. That's 4 linebackers. All right. If we want to go with it, we call it 6-pack. When the 6-pack is 6 DBs, right? That's 6 DBs. Okay, and we go 3 linebackers. Okay, and 2 D linemen. Okay. Goal line situation, if they're about 30 to heavy, we'd say 51 per 5 D linemen, 1 linebacker. Then again, we usually run every year. We're running that. We're going to run that, and that. Depending on how many D linemen we got, which is always, I don't know where they're hard to find. You know what I mean? Just because he's a D lineman, I don't want to stick him in a goal line situation if I got a better kid to make plays in. You know what I mean? So, depending on what we got, whether we play that every year or that. So that's, and we'll do the same stuff. Just overrun it, we'll set the 3 technique and play. Okay. Let me show you. This is kind of a basic umbrella. We talked about all of it, and then I'll go into it. But I think it's good to see this kind of stuff too. 4-man, how we break it down. We go 4-man pressure. What are we? We're going to play 3 deep, 2 deep, or some type of 3-2 matchup, right? All right. 5-man pressure. We're going to play man free. Okay. We're going to play 2 deep 4 under, or we're going to play 3 deep 3 under. Okay. 6-man pressure. All right. We play 0 concept. We're going to play with 1 free. We're going to assign the back to somebody in the front. Okay. So we may assign him to the outside backer, or we could assign him to the defensive end. Okay. It's not always the edge guy on a peel. Okay. So we can assign him to somebody in the front. Okay. And then we've got 7-man pressure. This is a whole +1 concept. We're peeling on the edges. We're tackling back inside because we're not covering the running back. Okay, so he comes through the gap, he's in your gap, he's your guy. Tackle him, don't let him out. Okay, peel on the edge, tackle back inside. Okay, and that's kind of how we start when we do everything. All right, start with we can do this with man pressure too. So this is actually talking a little man pressure, so we'll get a little bit of that. Man or zone pressure. We can call that blitz. Okay. And if now we're just going to tell them where to strength to call it. Okay? It says calling, we can call the blitz and say whatever, old bazooka, and we're going to call bazooka to the strength. But we're going to call field, and we're going to call it to the field. Ball's on the hash, we're calling it to the field. Call it short, we're coming from the boundary. We'll call it to the back, we'll run it to the back. Okay? We can call it to the pass strength. Okay? Now we can call it just to the tight end. Now we can also call it away from the back too, away. Call it to the back or away. We call it to the pass strength. Call it to the tight end. Okay. All right. Here's some basic zone blitzes. Okay. We call Storm is a version of the NCAA blitz. Okay. We're going to show bear. Okay. We're going to show bear front, again, trying to lose, and we're playing man free behind it. Okay? We're going to play 2 deep 4 under. When we zone blitz, we drop our backers. That's one of the versions also playing a 3-3, you good. Instead of having dropping a defensive end in coverage, we're dropping a linebacker. So it's a little better on that part. Okay? So again, we're going to do this. Let me talk about this first. All right? And we'll get into it when we talk about the, I said NCAA blitz because everybody in NCAA runs it, right? Do we know what I'm talking about that? You got a guy coming off the edge. You got the guy coming around, you're going to stick the 5 technique underneath, okay? The Mike backer, is reading the play side tackle, right? Play side tackle kicks out, I'm underneath him. Play side tackle blocks down, or full slide that way, or just block down on the run, I'm outside the tackle, right? We've got an edge pressure here, okay? We've got 2 backers on the edge, all right? Here's some basic ones we do. We do this. Okay. We do a flame call. That's our free safety in the Mike. Free in the B, Mike's in the A. Okay. So again, we slant the nose back across. We pick the 3 technique to cop him out. We're going to drop the 2 outside backers. We're going to show bear early. Then we're going to stem the right side guy out. And we're going to take the backers from the line of scrimmage. They're going to drop out. Okay. And then this one. Okay. As mad, we talked about that in zone blitz. Great zone blitz pressure. For zone read, you want to call it to the back. We're doing it for pass reasons. We can go to say if they're, let's ask earlier, or if they're sprinting to the field, would you blitz it? Yep. Okay. So now all of a sudden they're sprinting to the field, so we're going to call field man. Okay. So again, we're going to get us here. This is drawn up a little different. We'd have to call heads to get that. So we go 3 technique over to the front. Okay. Backers off the edge, inverts coming outside with it. Okay. That's a mad call. It's just over front with the invert coming off the edge. Okay. So that's our three basic ones. You can see all these are just repeating. There's no back storm. We can call it to the back no matter what. Short mad, we'll come off the short side. Okay, we'll go field flame. We'll call it flame. We're going to do it there. We'll do a short flame. Then we'll come on the short side of the field. Okay. All right. So we want to take basically those three blitzes. All right, and we're going to hit them anywhere we can. Okay. And then this is all done basically with our 2 deep 400. Okay, and I'll go through our 3 deep 300 stuff here. Okay. The only I'll probably the man pressures. Bring it down here. This is out of 3-3 stuff again. Okay, and that's just bringing 2 outside backers to the B gap. This is if we want to get 2 backs on the strong side, and this is if we want to get all 3 of them coming inside. Okay, all right. Again, when you're talking blitzes, guys, you can just draw them for days. You know what I mean? So, again, all 3 of them. All right. There's a dog principle. When we say, I don't want to go back and forth. Let me talk about it. Let's go talk about zone blitzes. Let me see, and I'll come back to this one. Back. There's a bunch of them. All right, let's do this first. We talked a little bit about attack and protections. Okay, we want to make sure we recognize slide. Okay, all right. Biggest thing we're trying to determine is where's the center going. So we know we got the slide side, we got the man side. Okay, all right. So now, because when we go to protections, we want to make sure if we're blitzing if we're blitzing the pass, we want to make sure it matches up right against the protections we're getting. Okay. So first thing we do is make sure we're identifying that. When we identify, when we break it down, again, where's the center? We want all of our guys to understand, everybody understands that, hey, if the back's over here, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be slide, it's going to be the man side here, getting the slide side here. Center's coming with it. Okay? Now, the only thing we have to adjust is, does he bring them across? Can they do that? And then the full slide protection, when they all slide back, we call it squeeze. Full slide would be squeeze. He's on this edge, they're all blocking back at a gap. That's squeeze protection does. Okay. Oh, there's squeeze right there. You go. Okay. Squeeze protects with him on the edge. Okay. I'm just going to go because we talk man. We kind of base everything off of bear, and we're going to make a lot of our zone pressures look like that. This is different. This is our 3-4 stuff. I'm going to go to there. There's blue. There's red. Okay. Red coverage. All right. If we're playing red, okay, it's 2 deep 400. All right. The rules here for the ends, so start with the backers first. All right. If I'm a backer, it don't matter if I'm dropping from the edges or I'm dropping from the stacked position. Okay. Your rule is first you're hot. Okay. You're hot to the seam. We want to cover down the hot routes first. Okay. So first we want to clarify this. Make sure what's a hot route. Hot route's what? I can stand up and throw that ball. Get rid of the pressure. So we're thinking slants and seams right now. Okay. That's right. We're going to cover the hot first, the ball coming out. After that, it turns into a zone coverage. Okay? So, if I'm here, all right, I'm thinking hot on him. So I'm going to turn and I'm looking at it. If he runs a slant or a seam, I got to get on his butt right now. Okay? If the ball don't come out, I'm going to square it back up and I'm going to sink for depth. Okay? I'm still going to play my no cover zone underneath. And I'm going to turn into a zone cover them down now, and then after that it's a zone coverage. Read the quarterback's intentions. If you're looking away, squeeze, all right. Shrink on the back side, expand on the front side. You ever good on that?
So, Coach, so you're going to pass like the crossing route off to the opposite backers?
One seat, yes.
Yeah.
Boom. It's not a slant. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to let it go. In. Let it go. Zone it off. Play the quarterback. Yep. Okay. All right. If we get 3 to a side, okay, don't have it, but let's say they give us trips. If they give us trips, we're both going the same direction. Because I got to take the hot at 2, you got to take the hot at 3. So they're on double slant. We got one going to 2, we got one going to 3. Okay? All right? If we got trips on that side, we tell the front side backers, you got the first crosser go. Okay? In case they run, getting trips, and they run 3 on an underneath route, and they run 2 up the seam. I got to cover the seam. The backside backers got to cover the in route. Let the first one go. You got to take the second one. Okay. All right. And we can draw some of this stuff up too. All right. Red corners. Okay. For the corners, all right, we are going to play, we're going to start it off, we're going to start at 8. We're trying to show off man, okay? Again, because we're trying to sell the bare front look inside, well, not Mad Thunder, but most of the time we're in it. All right, here we start, actually, we still start at 8, and we're going to creep down to 6, okay? We're going to start at 8, we're going to walk to 6, okay? But most of our red stuff, we're giving them a look of man free anyway, okay? So we're going to start at 8, we're going to go to 6, we're going to be in slam footwork, and we'll be inside leverage, okay? Eyes are inside, I'm still keying in man line of scrimmage, it's still cloud support, okay? So if we get a run this way, we're still going to stack force it off the edge, okay? All right. I'll cover 2 principles. So once if I see high hat, same thing, my eyes going to snap back to 1, right? I'm going to lead step, trail step, right? I'm going to jam number 1. I'm going to zone turn. I'm going to back zone, and I'm going to sink and protect the hole. Cover 2 for you, okay? Cover 2 here. Half field players, the only thing we do with this in red is we're going to deepen them, okay? So the normal thing in our 2 shells, we're going to be at 12 range. We're going to go to 14, okay? We're going to go to 14 on this. Walk out. All right, and they're both true half players. Okay, being that true half, that's one reason we're going to back them up to 14 to make sure we're deep. We're deep. Okay. It says 12, but it isn't 12. Okay. Let's see, okay. Number 1, we talked about that. 0. Okay. All right. Let me do this while I have this on, and I'll pull it up, and I'll go through some scenario red and blue, okay? All right. 3 deep, 3 under, okay? We did play, and we played it just like this. We played match, carry, deliver, all right? And if I'm playing match, carry, deliver, all right, on 3 deep, 3 under, what I'm doing is this, all right, is I am going to, I'm going to match the flat. Okay, we're going to name a deuce player, tray player, deuce player. Okay, so I'm going to match the flat. If he goes out, I'm going to match it. Okay, all right. I'm going to carry the vertical, and I'm going to deliver an inside route to my next zone defender. Okay, all right. That's the underneath coverage. 3 deep, 3 under, match, carry, deliver. All right. I'm going to go into that. When you play match, carry, deliver, you're basically playing man free. Okay. So we would, again, we're going to basically play man principles on the corner spot. We're going to still get us a true free safety, okay? We're going to play man principles here on the outside. So again, we're going to walk in man line, key the in man line of scrimmage. Our eyes will snap to number 1, and we play top down man, okay? All right, and I'll draw up the match, carry, deliver. Now, this is not how we do it anymore, okay? I changed 2 years ago. We went match, carry, deliver. The reason was it's so much like, again, I told you about the other coverages. We went through all the coverages, we went back and had to reevaluate everything and said, look, we want to make sure we have vision. Well, hell, if I wanted to do that and play, then we're just going to play man. Okay? If I want to have vision on the receivers, we're going to play cover 1. We're going to play man. Okay? So we wanted to still play 3 deep, 3 under, because first of all, when are we calling it? We're calling 3 deep, 3 under really for the run game. Okay? All right? 3 deep, 3 under is not a pass. I mean, unless you know I got them on the protection and I'm gonna get that ball coming out right now, you're a zone short underneath. Okay, so we calling it really 3 deep, 3 under. It's a run call. It's a run call, so we want to make sure when we're back, we want to have vision on the quarterbacks. We want our eyes inside for the run. All right, and when we're calling it on first downs and first down or second medium, and we're trying to do those things. So we went back to we're playing cover 3 principles. So now our deuce players, call them deuce, our deuce players, they're banging the seam and they're playing control flat. Okay, our tray player is a true zone drop player over number 3. Okay, so a true zone drop it underneath. Now our corners are they're cover 3 principles, still use the divider rules, 5-1 bottom, and they'll play that and they'll funnel everything to the free safety. Okay. Now with that opens up the whole can of worms.
Are you playing seam flats with number 2? I mean, the way I would emphasize with our kids is play seam, and I would emphasize the word seam, and as long as you're running seam until you get
Yes. Yep. It's like any other thing. I said, when we first teach 3, I said what the most important part those backers got to understand is that in cover 3, I want our guys, when I call a coverage, I want them to know what I'm thinking. Okay? So our guys know, I want them to know right off the bat, if we call a cover 3, what am I thinking? Run, play action pass. Okay? That's what I'm thinking. That's what we're calling. So what I'm thinking right now, instead of, you know what I mean? It's a way to build it in instead of you going, watch the screen, watch the draw, watch the run. Alright? I ought to be built in. If I'm calling 3, they should be thinking run, play action pass. Alright? If I call cover 2, they should be thinking screen. That's what I'm calling. Okay? If we're calling cover 5, again, our matchup, they know that can happen versus anything. Alright? They know cover 1 can happen versus anything. But if we call the variations of that, so we're calling 3, or we're calling 3 under, I'm thinking run, play action pass. Okay? Alright. So we want to start with 2 deep 400 or 3 deep 300?
3 and
3 deep 300. Here we go. Okay. Alright. Alright. So now, then we go match, carry, deliver. Yeah?
Either way.
Okay, so let me go with match, carry, deliver. I think because if you're not a man free and you're doing this as your bread and butter, I think this is the best way to do it. Bar none, this is the best way. It's the only way you're going to match it up and not have vacated zones left and right. Okay? All right. So if we're playing match, carry, deliver. All right. All right. I'm on number 1. I'm on number 1. Okay. We're going to spin it this way. Okay. All right. I'm going to put it as deuce. Let's go trade player, and we classify them. We go deuce. They're both deuce players. Okay. So they're going to drop somebody out. Okay. So let's just go number 2, number 3, number 2. Okay. For the sake of that. Everybody got it? Okay. When we first teach again, we draw it up like that. Okay. Put them in the boxes so they understand my zones. Okay? All right. Again, we say this. It is what? It is going to match the flat. All right? Or the out catch. Okay? We're going to carry vertical. Okay? And we're going to deliver inside. Okay? All right. So, I'm going to drop down, and I want to drop down on the outside of number 2. Okay? And I shouldn't drop down if we're doing this. If I'm coming from a high down, you don't want to drop it any lower than 8. Okay? Don't drop lower than 8. Okay? It's a hell of a lot easier to play curl flat from 8 down than what we normally do when we do this and got to go backwards and play. Right? It's a hell of a lot easier for that guy to do it from here and work this way. Okay? So here it goes. I'm reading his cat. I'm dropping to 8. Okay, I'm going to pat my feet, I'm going to read the deuce, okay? Well, first I'm going to key in man line of scrimmage, okay, run, and I'm going to play the run, okay? All right? And so if he goes flat, I got him. He's mine, okay? If he goes vertical, okay, we want to drop outside. The reason is we want him to release inside to our free safety, right? We want him to go to our post player, okay? So we don't want to drop inside, and we don't want to get the seam. Okay, because we don't have a true third player here. Okay, because if you go flat, curl flat, I'm driving the curl. All right. So anyway, all right. So I drop down over 2. If he goes vertical, I want to work to the outside half of him. Right. Okay. Near, it's just the same things. I'm going to play his lead step, trail step. I'm going to keep my shoulders square. We were doing the same thing. We want him to take the charge. Okay, I'm going to take the charge, and that's how I'm going to reroute the jam the seam. Okay, so I want to take the charge on this. Okay, if he goes vertical inside of me, then I'm going to carry him, and I'm carrying him all the way. Okay, all right. If he went 7 cut, I got him. Okay, all right. If he goes inside, okay, I'm going to yell in, and I'm going to stay with him until I get to the next zone defender. Okay? All right? All right. Anytime, first thing, we say this, if there's a possibility of a 3-2 exchange, okay? All right? Anytime, wherever 3's at, there's a possibility of a 3-2 exchange. You better communicate and get ready for it, okay? We don't want the in route, right, and a flat route or swing or whatever else, okay? Get ready for it, because there's a 3-2 exchange. It's going to occur. We've got to get ready to pass our zones off right now, okay? So if he comes in, I'm going to yell in, and I'm going to squeeze until I deliver him to him. I'm getting ready for the exchange, though, okay? Because if I deliver him to him, I got to pick up exchange. Now, if 3 went away, that's why he said you got to deliver him to him. Because if his butt's going that way, it ain't you going to stay with him. There is no pass off, okay? Just don't keep cutting. There's nobody to deliver him to, so you're staying with his butt, okay? Okay? All right. Same thing, we go here, I'm on 3. Okay, there he is. All right? If 3 stays in the blocks, we zone off. Okay? If 3 goes out, okay, I said what? We're going to match the flat. But what? If there's a 3-2 exchange, so let's say 2 pushes vertical, okay, we got to be ready on this side. We always got to be prepared for 3-2 exchange. So if 2 pushes vertical and 3 pushes the flat, same thing we talked in our man coverage, is I'm going to hang till he can get to that window. When he does, then I'm going to take the flat. It's like our bracket call. That's all we're doing. Okay? All right? So let's say this. Now let's say let's put 3, and let's go 3 on the vertical. I got it. Okay? 3 comes in and goes under, does a little angle route. All right? I'm going to wall it up, and I'm going to take him till when? Till I get to the next zone defender. Probably not happening in that route.
Takes time too.
Okay? All right? This deuce is doing the same as this deuce. The same thing. Okay? So let me go through trips. Okay? Okay? Here we go. We got somebody dropping here. Alright? He's there, I'm dropping straight back. Just like that, he blocks, I'm playing that, doing the same thing, right? He goes to the flat, I'm matching the flat. Okay? He goes vertical, I'm carrying vertical. He goes inside, I'm going to squeeze and deliver the next zone defender. Now here's your Mike, he's over here now, or whoever else, however you do your blitz. Okay? Strong safety's here. We got what? Possibility of what? 2-3 exchange. Okay? We know where 3's at. So here we go. Ready? I got 2-3 exchange. 3 goes out, he curls up, I pushed to 2, I pushed to 3. I knew number 2. Okay? He went vertical, he goes flat, it's the same thing. I push to that, I'm pushing to that. Okay? The biggest thing in that is to be able to work that stuff.
What about a 1-2 exchange? Are you playing that or no?
No.
Is corner making any call and coming out 1-2 vertical?
No, we did not. So if you wanted off 3 or just 2. Sorry.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
How many there are?
We get that,
Possibilities.
he's driving it. Yep. Now that was always the discussion, and I think was that do you drive it or do you let him go? Well, you can't let him go. I always hated it. I said, no, you can't let him go. They said, well, he's going back into the zone. Well, crap, not if this sucker's over here doing this. There ain't no zone. So you're it. That's why I said, these guys, they're in man. They're in man.
What about, Coach, the TV switch route, where they switch early, 1 and 2 switch, you know, and they kind of get vertical and fade, but they switch it. Would you switch that? Did they switch that?
Is there 3 on this side?
No. Let's say
Okay.
no.
3's over there. Okay? So usually this is going to be with a backer, whoever your drop guy is, right? You're going to have the drop down guy rolling the strings. He's dropping over here. So now you got to think of who is it, right? Now we can, so we communicate it ahead of time. If we wanted to get this, if they're going to get this, him take that and him wall that guy up, we can. We could communicate a 1-2 switch away from 3. And that goes back into the problems with well, I didn't like this because this guy better be able to run. If that's a defensive end, I think you got problems. If that's a defensive end, you got problems. Now, you want to do it, where does it all come from? Sure. If your dad comes sitting down here in your Pittsburgh Steelers and this is a damn linebacker, you go chase that sucker down. Okay? All right? Now, what we did was a lot of times we could get, because you're gonna get some of this stuff, they could bunch it up, cluster, whatever else. Whatever the side the roll down is to, okay, this guy here, okay, we always say, if it's that side or the roll down, we could always make a cloud call. Okay, so if we got 1, 2 tight, 3 like that, we can cloud it, leave the corner down, but save it on half. Okay? If he's rolling down that side. Okay? It's not hard. I think it's real simple on stuff. Most of the stuff is pretty clear. The problems come, obviously, I think, away from this guy. Who's you going to drop down on number 2? Okay? How's he going to handle this? Are you going to pass this thing off because you don't want the backer doing that thing? And I think the only thing is, if you're gonna swap it, then you just got to make sure you got your call. How you're going to say that thing? You know. But for us, when we did it, it was really easy because we were bracketing everything and our matchup underneath, and we bracketed everything in man. So when we did this, we could do that. Okay. Well, I didn't like our backer covering the dig on X receiver doing that stuff. Okay. You got to make sure the ball's coming out hot. Hopefully you're getting with the protection. Okay. Let me go into this before we get too far ahead. Okay. There's only a couple basic blitzes. When you want to go 3D, or it don't matter, 3D, 300, whatever you want to do. Okay. When you're zone blitzing. Now how you do it, out of 4-man or odd front, don't make a difference. Okay. We'll just you guys most even in here. We'll do it like this. Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to get 2 outside. Okay. We're going to run it outside. We're going to run it inside. Okay. And however you do it here. Okay? We're going to do it middle. Okay? You run outside, you run inside, you run middle. And you may dress it up, you can change it up, you can switch these 2 guys, or you may want to do it out of a 3-4 front. You're doing like that, and you're going to run backer and him, and you're going to bring them 2 in here and do that. You're going to switch them, or you're going to run him here and switch him underneath, run inside that one. Okay? You can do the same thing on the outside. You can crash him down, scrape him all the way out to the D. Okay? You can do middle with a straight shooted. You can do middle with a nose guard. Stick him over, bring this guy underneath, and then bring him back to pipe. That's probably the best pass one in the middle. Okay? Alright? But basically that's all you got. I mean, we try to get them kind of, you get outside, you got inside, you got a middle. Okay? Now the inside can be done with a safety too as well. Right? So instead of bringing him, you may drop him as a deuce player and bring that high safety to the inside. Okay? And that's all we're doing. Really, outside is our version of mad. Boom. We do that. Okay? And we can bring him from here, from depth, and do that. Okay? And then we can do inside, we can do it with 2 backers, we can do it with a mic and a free, and whoever else we want to change that up. Okay? Alright? Now here's something also I think is important before we start on the red is this. Is I think what you want to do really is you want to be able to do that blitz, and you want to be able to do that blitz out of both coverages. Okay? Because you do that blitz, and then you run it, and you almost get there, but the quarterback saw it hit the seam or something, right? But you know it's there, so you don't want to give them the same look again. So you want to come with that same blitz, and now you want to change the coverage and make them go somewhere else with the ball, and maybe get them to hold it a little second longer and be able to do that. Okay? And that's again what we're trying to do is, like I said, we're going to go these same blitzes, the same type of blitzes, and we're going to do them at a 2D 400 or 3D 300 or out of man. That's all we're doing.
Do you have a philosophy on, some guys will say that, pass downs are trying to go in straight lines. On run downs, that's when you get more of the crossing action.
Yeah. Yeah, on pass, I don't like a lot of the long stick stuff and all that. I don't like that stuff. I like that. That's why a lot of our pass stuff, if we're pressuring a lot of the same blitzes, I'm gonna do it in man. Okay, because most of our man stuff is done like that. It's just built, it's our pack built in. The man blitzes, we're hitting this, you know, we're hitting the gap and we're going. I said earlier in the thing, I said, if we're man, we're speed rushing. They know that. Okay, if it's a one call, they know it's a speed rush. Okay, what our zone blitzes are, obviously you're gonna long stick and do those, you know, we're gonna do that, but most of ours are run. Now we like the 2 deep 400 because it gets, again, give them the same hots in 3 deep, 3 under as you do in man. Okay, what's my hot? I'm gonna throw the hitch, I'm gonna throw the slant, I'm gonna throw the quick out. Okay, those are the same one. Well, in all of those, basically, when you know you do the 2 deep 400, you throw the hitch, you may go to the house the other way. You know what I mean? You throw the quick out, and he's probably gonna get his head ripped off. Okay, so what our complement really is to the man pressure is the 2 deep 400. Where our 3 deep 300 is basically our run call. It's a run call. Okay, so we would do it like this out of the same fronts. I'll put this, our old front into the boundary. This is how we're doing, right? Right? And we've been showing the same look, and we want to make it all look the same. Okay, we've been playing our two shell that, we're cheating corner, we're doing all that stuff in the boundary, we're slamming that for the zone option, all that stuff. Now we're on this side, now we're going to stick him, we're going to bring him across, we're going to cop him out, and we're going to run the outside blitz there. He becomes my trade player, okay? He's my deuce player, third, okay? He's the deuce player on this side, and the corners, he's third on that side, okay? And then we'll run outside, and then we can do the same thing and stick him out and run the inside with these two guys, or we can do the same thing and bring the safety inside with that backer and play 3-3.
You said now that you guys are taking more of the zone aspect. When you guys run corner blitz and your safety's going to replace,
Yep.
What are you telling him to do in terms of what's his footwork and things like that to get
Safety.
to the divider, like your diamond or nitro, that's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, you got
How's
the
he
high guy?
Yeah, how's he gonna replace over with his footwork?
Yeah. Okay. What we want to see is this. So I'm going to get on the boundary here. Okay. All right. We'll start with one first. All right. As this works, I'm going to start to cheat. As soon as when he's my indicator.
Right.
Okay. When he starts to show, that's when I'll go.
Yes.
Okay. All right. But so we all, as a change-up, we want him to do that on cheat. So we want to do that on cheat and come back. So they're not giving it away. So we tell the corner all the time. The only time you ever do this, you're coming, you're going to get blocked. Okay. So all right. So he's my indicator. He goes. All right. When we do this, what we're going to work to is we're going to work to basically we're going to landmark. I'm working towards the numbers.
Like slide or crossing over?
We can let him cross over.
Okay, you got a view?
Yeah, because if I hit it late, you got to get your butt there.
All right.
Okay. Now I'm working towards the numbers. I got C5. Okay. Ideally, what it is you bet, we want them to understand is if they pick up corner blitz, they're going to throw the hitch. Okay. That's the first thing we've got to understand is that if he sees it, get ready. He's going to stand up and throw the hitch. Okay. So we're going to work towards the numbers. Okay. And my eyes are still in here first. Okay. My eyes are still in here. I'm still going to read in-man line of scrimmage, and I want to see the quarterback. Okay? So I see it pop up. If he's looking at stand up for a hitch, my angle is going to turn into that. Okay? First one you got to work on is the hitch and go. I got hit on that. That was not pretty. Okay? Anyway, so all right, so I'm going to tighten my angle down, right? It's not going straight across to 12. We want to be more like we're working down. If he's running the hitch, we're going to tighten it down. Instead, we're going to make it inside out. Every tackle using our side, right? Using the sideline. Okay.
So your initial ending points is what, 12?
Yeah.
The numbers 12.
Yep. So working there, knowing we can always come down on the thing we have to, but you don't want to give him so much grass that he's catching the hitch and he's got all the time. That's the problem. Okay. So we really want to see is, did he see it before the snap? We're looking for all the indicators. He points, oh crap, okay? He holds the cadence. He holds the cadence, shit, you better get your butt over there. Go ahead and get it. He holds the cadence and yells anything, get over there, okay? Or again, we can audibilize out of things, okay? That's another thing. If they catch you, you want to be audibilize out, leave them on it, play it. Okay? All right. So I'm working towards the numbers, okay? I'm reading 5. If 5 is outside releases, I'm just now, it's like the outside, it's like a corner outside third. I'm going to work to cut his butt off, okay? You got to work on making sure that the angle's not, you don't want to go over the angle and you let him come back inside you, okay? The easiest thing with our new guys when they do this is we tell them that, hey, worst case scenario, get your butt over there, okay? Now we worked all the stuff, we said pedal, we want to pedal weave, 3-5. I like, get your butt over there, you know what I mean? See, get to the numbers, if I get the numbers early, then I'll square myself up and I can do that. You're at 12, we should be all right on a deep arm. So the worst case would be like this, if I'm the safety on the side, boom, I'm going to start to cheat. I'm going to start to cheat. Now, again, we're talking, if we're in the corner, we're in the boundary. All right? So you're talking 7 yards. I get 7, I got to basically get from here to the window. Okay? He starts to go, I'm going to start to cheat. I got to cross over, I'll cross over. And then if I get there and I'm here in time, it's not the hitch, I'm going to square it back up. Okay? If it is, you know, I said I'm working here, it is the hitch, stick the foot in the ground and come make the play.
Is he still looking at the hitch if he's got 2 receivers? You guys check.
No, that's different.
You guys switch.
If he's got 2 receivers, we tell them you got to work off the divider. Okay? If you got 2 receivers, you're going to work to the divider, square it up. We're going to run it. And that, you should have a back. I mean, there's a backer that still be dropping underneath that thing. Okay? But if you got 2, it's going to work to the thing. I'm going to start to work that way, and then I'm going to weave to the divider. Okay, if I get 5 and 4 vertical, apex. Okay. If anything happened, if 4 eliminates himself, it's the same rule. He eliminates himself, overplay 5. Okay.
And if he checks for zone pressure, you would same empty checks we went over before because you said zone man, this is a little bit.
We don't. Now, empty checks and zone, here's the things, okay? I said our 300 we're doing versus man. So if they win, if we have a deuce, we have a tray, we got the underneath coverage done if they go empty. We should get them all covered down. That shouldn't be a problem, okay? So 300 shouldn't be much of a problem. Plus, we're doing it on rundown, so it shouldn't.
Yeah.
We shouldn't get the crossover. It's 2 deep 400 where the problem occurs.
Yeah.
When they go empty.
What do y'all do?
Well, we can't. We do have a dropout call, but I'm gonna tell you we don't do it much. Because the idea is you spend all the time working. What if they do this? What if they do that? Well, hell, if they're doing empty, I'm probably not calling a lot of. You know what I mean? Or if it is, I'm gonna call it. And we're gonna hit them in the face. You know what I mean? Rally, make the tackle, and let's line back up. You know, sometimes you gotta give credit. How good's the quarterback? And then I'll say, hit it with me. Hit it once, hit it twice. Now all of a sudden I'm probably not gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna get out of something. Okay? All right? So the blitz part of it can happen about anything, okay? And we can go back and talk about some of the blitzes at the end, and when we talk about the blitzes and exactly how to run them a little more effective and stuff, okay? Let's go through the 2 deep 400. Are we good? Mm-hmm. That's kind of an overview. All right, 2 deep 400, all right? All right, that's simple. All right, let's just say we're doing it out of our bare front, and we want to run the version outside. Okay, all right. We're gonna work underneath there. We're gonna work there. We're gonna work there. Okay. He's dropping hot on 4. I'm up hot on 2. Okay. Slam footwork, 14 yards. 14 yards. Slam footwork. Okay. All right. If I get 1 under and 2 vertical, I'm squeezing the vertical. I'm yelling into him. That's his hot route. Okay. right? I get them both going vertical again. I'm gonna cover the hot and I'm gonna square it up. Okay? I'm using all the cover two principles, jam, eyes and quarterback, sink to the hole. Okay? Alright. Now let's go, they take it and they go 3 over here. They go 3 over here, we're hauling ass to the trips. I gotta take the first in here, right? I'm letting the first in go, next one I'm looking at the second in or the first up. Okay? Second or first and up, and they go. We run this one probably more versus pass than, we like this versus pass. I like it versus the run. If anything, we probably look at our cuts, we don't run it enough. Right? We have a lot of success with it, we probably just don't do it enough. Okay? Whether we don't matter which way we're doing it, we back that safety up, put him on half and bring the free safety on the inside blitz. Okay? All right, let's talk about these guys. All right, if I'm on line of scrimmage and I'm a dropper, okay, any run game, okay, if it's run away from me, all right, I'm gonna fold off the line of scrimmage. So we lost all our fold players. So if I run, I'm the fold player, okay, and that goes with our stuff. If I'm ever on line of scrimmage, I'm a dropper. I'm gonna fold them all away, okay. The mic on the inside blitz, there's 2 ways. A lot of people say, a lot of people do it, is that I'm running it no matter what. I don't care if they ran ISO over here, he's running the stunt, okay? We don't do that, okay? If I take this guy, we tell him, hey, if it's run action, if the ball goes away from you, play football. If it's run to you, or it's drive a high hat, then you're gonna run the stunt, okay? On the outside blitz, reading the play side tackle. He blocks out, so it ought to match up on any protection they do. Right? They squeeze and lock down. We should be down here. I should be outside that guy with him. Right? We should have 2-on-1 on the back. Right? If they want a man protect it, and they want to kick him out for the invert, right? Then I should be inside on the back. Because we're gonna stick him. Okay? Now the empty check, like I said, the empty ones would always be, our checkout is the nose guard, is the guy with drop. So if we were going to drop him out and drop call, we drop call it, and I'm going to take my gap on the run, it's high hat. Because really the only thing he's checking down for is the back releasing out of here late. So if he's going to hit here, he's going to play the run, he's going to drop out and play that. Okay? And he's looking for the back. You got to look for the back check release, back release out late. Or it could be an empty, for an empty check. Then, again, he's going to look for the nearest inside receiver. Okay, yep. You take number 3 to that side. Otherwise, we don't. Really go in 3-by-2 distribution. We just want those 2 guys to, the hot guys. All right. If I got 3 and 2 both on my side, I'm by myself. All right. If they both go vertical, I'm going to take the inside guy. All right, because that's my nearest threat. All right. If one goes vertical, one comes under, which is the most dangerous? The vertical. Take the vertical, make them throw the underneath. We'll rally to that. Okay. If one goes out, then I'm going to worry about it. That guy's going out. He's going to the corner. I'll take this guy, either vertical or out or inside, wherever he's running. I'll take it. Okay. All right. We're good on red?
Yep.
Okay. Let me drop our bread. This is probably our basic one. The one I troop was zone blitz. Okay. The troop versus zone blitz. Versus zone read. All right. First one is it's an outside blitz. Only thing is, instead of bringing them here, you're here. You still bring 2 off the edge. It's the same blitz. Okay. What we tell this guy on this is this: if I get a high hat by the tackle sets me, we're going to bull rush the tackle. We're going to bull rush the tackle and make sure he can't get to the invert. Okay? Alright? So we're going to bull rush the tackle. Once I feel the invert past me, now I can make my move inside or outside, whatever I got to do. Okay? The 3 technique on high hat is always up and in. Okay? He's always up and in. Alright? We got the nose here, we're on the edge. The other game we can play with it is we can send him inside, right, and bring him around. we just tag, if it was a quick game, we say Ed on the backside. If we wanted to go Ohio, we call the Ohio on the backside of it. Okay, however we want. Okay? And these guys will both be dropping red. All right? Simple version of this one. All right? Just like our run stunt, where we sent him up and him under, we're going to do the same thing. Okay? All right? So let's say they're taking the back and they're going to say, I'm going to, like here, oh, I'm going to block him back, you got him. Okay? Well, now our change-up will be this. Get him to block him, we're going to run him through the A-gap. They want to slide that. Okay? Again, that's why we would like it through the back. We want to run versus the back versus the zone read. Okay? And we want to run versus the back versus protection. Okay? Now here's the key on slide protection. Two off of either side. A lot of people stay away from this side, you know, that's doing that. Well, hell, we like it. Okay? If this is the slide side, okay, I'm going to take the 3 up and in. He's going to get blocked. I know that. Okay? We're going to bull rush the tackle. The back's over here, and that's a race between him and can he get it across and pick him up. Okay? So the whole thing on any slide protection, if you go 2 off of either side, the man side or the slide side, if you go 2 outside, you should have them. Okay? So we would start, it depends on, again, we look at this thing first and say, okay, how good is the backup protection? Okay? Can he block? All right? If he can't, then obviously we're going after him all the way. Okay? If he can block, then we're going to take our chances and see what we can do on the other side. Okay? All right, so we've got, there's some variations of it. We do that, we're going to bring the guy underneath, okay? We play the game on the back side, so then this one blitz can turn into about 4 different looks, okay? All right, and then the next one is this. If that back's been picking him up, okay, we're going to make a switch call. So now I'm going to speed rush the edge, okay, and I'm coming underneath. And I'm still doing the same thing. I get a 3 technique. I'm going to go up and in. All right, and we're going to bring the invert off this. Now, if the back is blocking, we try to get on the invert. You just don't want a straight path. What you really want to do is start it. Right, a little late. Get behind him. He speed rush. 1, 2. Get the back to come here, and slide underneath. Okay. All right.
Isn't that really your mad stuff too? I mean, it's the same.
No, that's it. These are all mad.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's mad. If we want to bring him underneath, we call it echo, so we say mad echo. Okay? If we say this, we say mad switch.
Right.
If we want mad with that game on the backside, we say mad Ed. So back mad Ed. Back mad switch. Back mad echo. Field mad switch, which one comes in field, they're sprinting out or whatever else. Field mad. Now a lot of we do this one so much because that's a big run one for us and pass. So this probably has more variations. The rest of them we don't change a whole lot. We're going to run. Like I said, storm we'll be doing off the bear look. If we want to run just the outside blitz, we call it that's outside. Go outside and go inside. Okay. Okay. Now the free safety one may be the best pass one. Okay. Again, what we want to first know, first of all, is how they're protected bear. Okay. All right. Which most of the time it's full slide. We get a lot of full slide or squeeze protection. Okay. All right. But if they're going to stay true and go slide man, okay. All right. We're going to widen him out to the 4-eye. Okay. We take the inverts and back them up to the head. Right. They're going to make it look like man first, and then weave the way back. I'm moving my back. I'm the half field player now. Okay. Free safety's going B. Mike's going A. Okay. Anytime we got 2 adjacent blitzers, if we make a switch call, they switch gaps. Okay? So if I wanted to say switch, all right, the Mike would come up, he would go B, and the Mike would come A, and the free would come A. Now, we do this also, when we do this, the nose is here, he'll shade strong, he'll cross that face, he'll do that, right? So we're trying to get that guard down. Ideally what we want is we want the guard down, we want this out, and we want 2 on this running back. So, you know, with that same look with him dropping down in there, you don't want to just do that. Well, that's why we do it together. We drop him down in there and play Tampa, we want him in the hole. So the only time he's not down in there, he's not doing that. You know what I mean? So we got to drop him down in there and bring him, and then we'll drop him down there and play Tampa. Drop out with the same look. Drop both backers, drop the mic, and he's going to play the hole in Tampa. Try to make it all look the same. Okay?
What are you guys doing, or are you,